Thin layer chromatography, TLC, is a method of separating the components of a mixture. It can be used during a reaction to monitor its progress and at the end of a reaction to assess the purity of the product. The heart of the technique is the chromatography plate, which consists of silica gel coated onto a glass, aluminium or plastic plate. The choice of solvent is crucial. The polarity of the solvent or mixture of solvents used must be matched to the polarity of the compounds being separated. Take a prepared TLC plate. Mark on it a line in pencil for the start line or origin. This should be at about 1 centimetre from the bottom edge. Do not use a ballpoint. Place small spots, about 2 millimetres in diameter, of liquid samples or solutions of solids onto the start line using a fine capillary tube. Use a fresh capillary for each solution to be spotted onto the plate. Allow the spots to dry. You may wave the plate about to dry it, but do not breathe on the plates to dry them. If a liquid sample is very dilute, several spots may be applied. Wait for the solvent to evaporate before adding another spot. Note the location of each sample as soon as it has been applied. Take a small screw-capped bottle or a large tank and cut a piece of filter paper to go into it. Pour some of the solvent, called the eluent, onto the filter paper. Ensure that the filter paper dips into the solvent, but the depth of the solvent is not so deep as to cover the spots on the plate. Because the solvents used for TLC are often volatile and flammable, the TLC tank should be used in a fume cupboard. Put the plate into the bottle or tank with a pair of tweezers, taking care that the edges of the plate do not touch the sides of the tank or the filter paper, and that the solvent does not cover the spots on the plate. Put the lid on. Solvent evaporating from the filter paper builds up a saturated atmosphere of solvent in the tank. This reduces evaporation of solvent from the TLC plate. Over a period of time, the spots move up the plate by capillary action. The dark shadow is the solvent front advancing up the plate. When the solvent front has almost reached the top of the plate, carefully remove the plate from the tank with tweezers and mark at the edge of the plate the place that the solvent front has reached. Allow the plate to dry in air. Some spots may be seen with the naked eye, but others may be revealed under ultraviolet light or by chemical staining, for example using an iodine jar. Ideally, the spots should travel about halfway up the plate. If they do not, a solvent of different polarity should be used. A problem often encountered in TLC is the presence of oval spots, called tailing. Tailing can be overcome by spotting less of the mixture. The movement of a spot B relative to the solvent can be used to give information about substance B. Carefully measure the distances x and y to give a value of x over y, which is the RF value of B for this particular solvent.